Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up, man? What's going on with you, brother? You watched my videos early. Appreciate it, man. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, man? What's going on? Guys, got some things to discuss in the NBA. As y'all know, we are at the halfway point of the season, and we are All-Star break now. So just some things I want to discuss tonight, man. Talk about recap the NBA trade deadline. Also, I want to give y'all my NBA award leaders so far. I want to give y'all my finals contenders, and I want to give y'all my the teams that have surprised me and the teams that have disappointed me. I did, bro. I hope you have more scouting reports on the way. Yes, I do, man. I got more scouting reports on the way. Yes, I do. I got a whole lot more scouting reports on the way. Yeah, whole lot more. So stay tuned, man. But glad you enjoyed it. Yep, got a whole lot more scouting reports on the way. So let's get into it. Welcome to the live stream. I'm your host, Isaiah. Like I said, today is an NBA night. I'm gonna zoom in for y'all. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. Just tell me when y'all can see it, and I'll stop zooming in. Tell me, okay. See, move that. Y'all can see it. Just give me a thumbs up or say yeah or whatever you want to do. You can see it. Just give me a thumbs up. Say yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can. Okay. All right. All right. Bet. 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 Okay. So move this out y'all way real quick. So y'all, let's get into the NBA trade deadline. Now I'm not gonna go over all the trades, because some of them just weren't necessary to go over, but I will go over the notable trades that occurred in the NBA. So let's get into it, man. So the first trade, the Mavs acquired PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. Now, PJ Washington, they acquired him from the Charlotte Hornets, and Daniel Gafford, they acquired him from the Washington Wizards. And also, as y'all see like the A minus, the B plus. I also gave grades for these trades. So the grade I gave the Mavs was an A minus. I put that it gives them more size up front, but but they don't have any picks now. As y'all know, man, the Mavericks have pretty much uh given up their entire future to build around Luka Doncic. And is that a smart idea? Well, yeah, to some extent it is, because Luka is one of the best players in this world. And so you want to do everything you can to keep him happy. You want to do everything you can to make sure he's wearing the Dallas Maverick jersey for his entire career. But at the same time, they don't have any control. I don't think they can even trade a pick until like 2029, y'all. So that, that's not ideal. But getting PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, I really like them. As y'all know, PJ Washington, man, he's a stretch four. He can defend multiple positions, and he gives the Mavericks something they haven't had in a long time. I feel like the Mavericks have really been looking for a guy like PJ Washington for years, but they haven't been able to find him. Like, I feel like they wanted Dorian Finney-Smith to be that, but the only problem with Dorian Finney-Smith is he's not as athletic and he's not as versatile as PJ Washington is. Now PJ Washington brings the Mavericks that versatility. He brings them the shooting from that four spot. And he can defend, like I said, he can defend multiple positions. So I really like that. And then getting Daniel Gafford. I mean, as y'all heard last week, Luka Doncic, he was so happy. He was like, I've been asking for a backup center for the last 3 years. So I love this trade. Again, they don't have any picks now. But, I mean, look at the Mavericks. They got a pretty good team. That's a deep team. They're waiting on Dante Exum to come back from injury. But now you got Luka, you got Kyrie, PJ Washington, Josh Green, Daniel Gafford. Also got your young rookie center, Derek Lively, who's been very impressive. So the Mavericks, I mean, they have a good core. The only problem is they're pretty much locked into this team. I don't really know how they're going to be able to really get better from here on out. But for right now, I mean, this is a good team. But this could come to bite them in 2 or 3 years, because, like I said, this is probably going to be their team for the next 2 or 3 years. And we're going to see how that works out for them. Next up, we have the Sixers. They traded for Buddy Hield. I gave this trade an A+, and this is the only trade that I gave an A+, or excuse me, that I gave an A++ to, because I know there's another trade. No, excuse me, this is the only trade I gave an A+ to. There's another trade I gave an A++ to. That's what I'm going to say. But this is I gave this trade an A+, y'all, because the Sixers got much needed shooting, and they didn't have to give up any first round pick. Literally, they didn't have to give up any first round pick. It was reported that the Indiana Pacers wanted at least one first round pick for Buddy Hield. So the fact that the Sixers were able to get him without any first round picks, really, really, really nice trades. Y'all know Buddy Hield has been one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, and people don't talk about him as such. He's been one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. He's been right up there with Klay Thompson, with James Harden, with obviously Steph Curry. He's been Damian Lillard, man. He's right up there with those dudes in terms of 3-pointers made. He has been an elite 3-point shooter. And he gives the Sixers what they need. We know the Sixers, man, are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league in terms of attempts. Getting a guy like Buddy Hield, I mean, Buddy Hield is going to at least attempt 7-8 threes a game. Sometimes I've seen Buddy Hield, all his shots have been in threes, right? He shot 14 threes in a game before. I've seen him do that. So I like them getting Buddy Hield. Again, like I said, I give this trade an A+ because you didn't have to give up a first round pick, man. Hit it out the park. Yeah, they hit it out the park with that, and I like them getting Buddy Hield. Next up, we have the Suns get Royce O'Neal. Hold up, before He is underrated. Yes, Buddy Hield has been one of the more underrated shooters in the league. Like, he really has. He's been so good. Buddy Hield is tough. He is, man. Oh my, like Buddy. I've been watching him since he was in Oklahoma. I don't know if you've been watching him that long as well, but yeah, I've been watching Buddy Hield since he was in Oklahoma, and man, this dude has been an absolute sniper from three his entire career. So definitely love that trade. Next up, we have the Suns. They acquired Royce O'Neal from the Brooklyn Nets and David Roddy from the Memphis Grizzlies. I gave this trade a B plus, y'all. It gives them more depth in the front court, which they were lacking, but Roddy isn't a good shooter. And I don't like this. I don't like this. I wish, for the Suns, I wish there was a way they could have been able to get Dorian Finney-Smith from the Nets too, as well as Royce O'Neal. But getting David Roddy, man, y'all, David Roddy, listen, this is the guy, and this kind of tells you all you need to know, but this is the guy that just literally a year ago was a first-round pick, and the Grizzlies already have given up on this guy, and for good reason, man. David Roddy is just disappointed. He is not a good shooter, y'all, like at all. I mean, he's one of the most inefficient players in the league right now, and it's kind of hard to believe that because he's a bench player playing like 21 minutes a night. Y'all, he's shooting 40% from the field, 30% from three, and only 68% from the line. Like, that is horrible. And for the Suns, I know they were looking to acquire 3-and-D wings. They got that in Royce O'Neal, but you did not get that in David Roddy. So that's why I'm like, I only can give it a B plus, y'all, because it's like, I think this is literally, I don't even know if David Roddy's going to play for them in the playoffs because I think his shooting is so bad and his defense isn't even that great enough. It's not like he's a guy like Jared Vanderbilt. As y'all know, I like the Lakers. We got a guy on our team named Jared Vanderbilt. Vando is not a good three-point shooter, but he's an amazing defender. David Roddy is not an amazing defender. So it's like, why would you really put him on the court if he's not bringing you any value on either ends of the floor? That's why I only gave this trade B+. I really like Royce O'Neal a lot. I really do. Royce O'Neal is a very good 3-and-D wing player in the NBA. He's really good. Okay, I think people underrate him as well. But it's like you got David Roddy, and he might not even play in a postseason because his shooting is so bad, y'all. I think he's going to get played off the floor. So that's why I'm like, I don't really like this trade. But I still gave it a B+ because of Royce O'Neal. Next up, and this is my favorite trade of the deadline. The Knicks get Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic, both of them formerly of the Detroit Pistons. And man, y'all, oh my gosh, Leon Rose, this man is committing theft because I cannot believe they were able to pull this off, man. What in the world? They got Alec freaking Burks, and Bojan Bogdanovic. What I had to give a single first round pick, man. A single first round pick. Think about that. You talking about two guys, and Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks, that provide instant offense. What have the Knicks been lacking, y'all? The Knicks have been lacking scoring off that bench. You just got two dudes in Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic that provide instant offense, that provide shooting, and that provide veteran presence. Now you look at this Knicks team, y'all, when they're fully healthy. And I know I think right now they're on a 4 or 5 game losing streak, but when this team is fully healthy, this is literally, other than maybe my Lakers, because I think the Lakers were a deep team, were healthy too, and the Clippers, I hate to admit this, but the Clippers are a deep team. Y'all, the Knicks might be the deepest team in the league. I mean, you look at this, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Alec Burks, Josh Hart, Miles McBride, Bojan Bogdanovic, OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa. Precious Achiuwa's been playing lights out for those guys since he got there. Isaiah Hartenstein, Julius Randle, Jericho Sims. He can give you nice minutes. This is a really deep team. And obviously, we know Mitchell Robinson. There's a chance that Mitchell Robinson can come back. And Mitchell Robinson comes back. Oh, my God. That Knicks team, they're going to look even better. But this is a Knicks team now, y'all, that is very deep and that they have a whole lot of guys that can do a lot of things. And this is not good for the rest of the Eastern Conference because while the Knicks might not have the star power that say the Bucks have or the Celtics have or even the Cavaliers have, they had the depth. They had the depth that none of those teams was there. Maybe the Celtics, but man, this is a very, very deep team. And I love what the Knicks did. Shout out Leon Rose, man. Leon Rose is doing some great things in New York. He's really turned that team around. Wow, that's a steal. That's an absolute steal. That's a steal. I'm ready to see the Knicks return to its glory days. I know. I mean, the Knicks have, I mean, gosh, man, I feel so bad for Knicks fans because they've been waiting for years. They've been waiting for years for the Knicks to be great again. And it feels like it's getting there. I mean, it really does. I feel like the Knicks are getting there. And I really like them. I really do. And I think they're gonna make some noise in the playoffs. So this, I give this an A+. Next up, the next trade we have the Celtics got Xavier Tillman of the Memphis Grizzlies. I gave this trade an A-. They get a solid backup big who can help them in the playoffs. Y'all know last year, man, Xavier Tillman in game 2 of the first round of Western Conference playoffs, he outplayed Anthony Davis. I think he had 21 points and 15 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken. And I love this trade for the Celtics. It gives them more depth in the front court. As y'all know, playing in the Eastern Conference, man, the Eastern Conference got some really good big men. You got Julius Randle. You got obviously Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris. You look at the Heat, they have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. You look at the Cavs, they got Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. You look at the Bucks, obviously they got Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis Jr., Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, you're talking about, y'all, that the Eastern Conference has some teams that have a lot of size and a lot of length. So I love this trade for the Celtics, getting a guy in Xavier Tillman that can play. He's shown you he can play, and he's versatile. He can't shoot the three, but he is versatile on the defensive end. And we've seen him even guard point guards at times before in his NBA career. So I love this trade for the Celtics, man. The Celtics, somebody they keep getting away with robbery as well because, dang, I mean, how in the world? Why would the Grizzlies trade Xavier Tillman of all teams, man? Of all teams to the freaking Boston Celtics, to the Celtics, man. Of all teams, I just cannot believe it. I can't believe it. I don't know how that happens. Man, the Celtics, guys. But I love the trade for them. Gave it an A-. Next up, we have the Thunder. They acquired Gordon Hayward from the Charlotte Hornets. I gave this trade an A. It gives them a much-needed veteran presence on the team, and it adds to their shooting. I'm jealous as a Magic fan. Oh, you're a Magic fan? Hey, man, did you side note, did you watch Shaq get his jersey retired the other night? And they had like all the Orlando Magic legends there, like Penny, Dennis Scott, who else? I think Brian Shaw was there, Donald Royal. Man, they had all them dudes there. It was so fun to see. The Magic, man, the Magic teams back in the day, boy. Man, they had some teams, man. They had some teams back in the day. He said, I'm jealous as a Magic fan. That is so funny. But, yeah, speaking of the Magic, man, why didn't y'all do something? Y'all didn't do nothing. And y'all definitely, speaking of Buddy Hield, y'all are, going back to Buddy Hield, I should say, y'all definitely could have used Buddy Hield because, man, y'all the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. So, y'all definitely could have used Buddy Hield. But, yeah, that's funny. I know I'm jealous. I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm jealous, too. Were Nick Anderson, Horford? Yes, they were there. Yeah, Nick Anderson was there. I actually saw and John, I don't know how you feel about this, man, but I actually saw some Magic fans are still mad that Nick Anderson missed those free throws. So they're still mad at him that he missed those free throws back in the 95 finals. But yeah, man. Nick Anderson was there, Horace Graham was there. It was just great to see. It was a beautiful thing to see all the Orlando Magic legends there in the building. It was just a great thing to see, man. It really was. But back to the Thunder. So the Thunder, like I said, they acquired Gordon Hayward from the Charlotte Hornets. I gave this trade an A because it gives them much needed veteran presence on the team and additional shooting. Man, you talk about Gordon Hayward. Obviously, we know Gordon Hayward's been through a lot in his NBA career. He's battled through a ton of injuries. And this year, he is going through an injury again. But before he got injured, man, Gordon Hayward was actually playing some really good basketball. Y'all averaged about 14 points, shooting it very efficiently from the floor and from the three. And you look at the Thunder. The Thunder have a ton of shooting already on this team. Gordon Hayward just adds to that. And not only does he add to that job, but he gives the Thunder a much-needed veteran presence. This team is very, 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 very young, and they needed a veteran presence like Gordon Hayward. I really love this trade, man. I gave it an A. The only reason I could have given it an A+ is because of Gordon Hayward. You know, the injury concerns he has. But when he gets on the court, man, I think there's a chance. I'm not going to lie to you. I think there's a chance Gordon Hayward could start. I think he could start for the Thunder, even over a guy like Josh Giddey, really, because Josh Giddey's shooting is too inconsistent, but Gordon Hayward gives you the shooting, he gives you the veteran presence, and he has good size. And like Gordon Hayward will put forth the effort on the defensive end. So I really like that trade, man. I really, really do. That is a really good trade for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Next up, we have the T-Wolves. The Timberwolves acquired Monte Morris of the Detroit Pistons. I gave this trade a B+. I like Monte Morris as a player, but he's only played in 8 games. Monte Morris, since he got drafted in 2017, has arguably been, I think him and Tyus Jones have been the 2 best point guards in terms of not turning the basketball over, man. They have a very, very, very low turnover to assist rate. Love that, man. Monte Morris, I Nuggets fans, if any Nugget fans on here, I know y'all probably still miss Monte Morris. He was so good for the Nuggets. He's been a really solid player in his NBA career. But the only reason I gave it a B+, y'all, and not an A or A- or whatever, is because he's only played in 8 games this year. And that concerns me, especially a team like the Timberwolves. Like the Timberwolves need him too. They really do. They need him. They need him. So that's why I couldn't give this trade anything higher than a B+. And I like Monte Morris a whole lot. I like him a whole lot. But I couldn't give this trade anything higher than B+ because of the injury concerns. Then last but not least, the Pistons acquired Simone Fontecchio. I give this trade an A because it gives the Pistons a 3-and-D wing without giving up anything valuable. They had to trade like Kevin Knox and some other pieces, like in a couple second-round picks in my back here. Simone Fontecchio, I was actually surprised that the Jazz traded him, man, because the Jazz are actually, shout out my Lakers for beating the Jazz last night, but the Jazz are still in play-in contention. So I'm surprised they gave up Simone Fontecchio because he's been playing really well as a starter, man. He's a 3-and-D wing. He doesn't give you anything other than that, but he's a 3-and-D wing. And he's old, man, because this is his second year, y'all, but he's already 28 years old. So he's an old player. But for the Pistons, that's what they need. They need some veterans on their team. They need some leadership, some guidance on their team. Man, they need a lot of stuff on their team. But I really like this trade for the Pistons. And there's a good chance they're going to re-sign him. I listened to their general manager, Troy Weaver's press conference last week, and he did say that they want to keep Simone Fontecchio. So I think they will, and I think they should. Yes, I think they should keep him. You did great with the pronunciation of his name. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's because I just watch so much basketball. I know how to pronounce it. The first time I saw him, I didn't know how to pronounce his name. But the more I just started, watching basketball, like watching Utah Jazz games, that's when I got to hang his name. And to now, like for now it's easy for me. Simone Fontecchio. It's easy for me to say his name. So, yeah, it's easy for me to say his name. But yeah, that was all the notable trades. Now, there's some other trades in the NBA trade deadline, but I only want to talk about the notables. I'm not talking about no little small trades like that that's not going to impact the team. No, I'm only going to talk about trades that has a big impact on the team. He said, I still haven't forgiven him. You haven't, man? You still mad at Nick Anderson? Oh, man. I know for y'all Magic fans, those was y'all glory days. That was when y'all were the big bad boys in the NBA, and now, and even y'all having a good season this year, man. I mean, you got some nice. I mean, look at Paolo Banchero, who I predicted him to go to the All-Star game. He is. We'll see him on Sunday night. You got Franz Wagner, you got Anthony Black, you got Juwan Howard's son, Jet Howard. He really hasn't played so far for y'all this year. You got Cole Anthony, you got Caleb Houston. I like the Magic. I like what y'all building. I just think y'all need more shooting, and you need to like figure out that point guard spot because you got so many dudes. You got Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, and Anthony Black. So y'all got to figure that out, bro. I feel like once y'all figure out that point guard spot and get more shooting on that team, because you got the defense, you got Paolo, like you got long guys, long, tall, athletic dudes that can play defense. Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black, Caleb Houston, and Caleb Houston can actually shoot a three too. Like, you got defense, Franz Wagner, Paolo. Y'all need more shooting on this team. You need more shooting, and you need to figure out that point guard spot. That's what you need to do. You got to figure out that point guard spot because it's a log jam right there. But man, y'all Magic, y'all not too bad though. Y'all not too bad. Y'all started the year very, very high. You kind of cooled down a little bit, but kind of cooled off. But yeah, y'all not too shabby though, man. Y'all not too shabby. Y'all what 30? I think y'all 30 and 20. I think y'all got the same record as my Lakers right now. Y'all okay, y'all 30 and 25, we 30 and 26. So yeah. But yeah, okay. So that's that when it comes to the NBA trade deadline. Next, y'all, let's get into teams that have surprised me. I can zoom in for y'all need me to. Let's get into teams that have surprised me. And let's talk about the teams that have disappointed me. Yeah, let's get into that. So first up on my teams that have surprised me, man, I have the Timberwolves, 36 and 19 record, number one in the Western Conference. And y'all, I did not see this coming at all. I thought the Timberwolves at best would be a play-in team. This team has the number one record in the Western Conference. Man, shout out to Chris Finch, the job that he's done. And you also got to give a huge shout out to Rudy Gobert because Rudy Gobert, his first season was a disaster. It was a disaster, like an absolute disaster. But this year, man, he looks like the old Rudy Gobert, Karl-Anthony Towns. His defense has improved. He's been more engaged on that end. And Anthony Edwards, a.k.a. Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards is one of the best young players in this league. He has a potential to become a top 5 player in this league, man. His athleticism, his shooting, his competitive nature, and his willingness, y'all, his willingness to do whatever it takes to win games, man. I love that in a player because not every player has that, but he does, man. Anthony Edwards, oh my God, this dude is so athletic. He'll dunk over you. I don't care. He don't care who it is, man. He will dunk over anybody, and he competes hard on the defensive side. He has grown up as a leader, y'all. I know he's only in his 4th season, but you can tell, man, Anthony Edwards has really matured. He's really grown up, and he's the leader of that team. He's a franchise player. They're counting on him moving forward. And, yeah, I mean, the Timberwolves, I did not see this coming. I got to be honest, I didn't see this coming. Next up, we have the OKC Thunder, who have a 37-17 record, and they're number 2 in the Western Conference. And let me say this: we knew how good the Thunder were going to be. We knew they were going to be a good team. But this team is really, 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 really freaking good, y'all. Really freaking, and they're so young. Obviously, led by SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. As I was told y'all before, man, SGA is one of my favorite players in the league. This dude is so crafty, man. He is so crafty. He really reminds me of Sidney Moncrief. That's an old player for y'all, for all my old heads out there. So he reminds me of Sidney Moncrief because he's not an elite three-point shooter. Yeah, Paulo is a beast. Yeah, Paulo is a monster, man. I love Paulo Banchero. But SGA reminds me of Sidney Moncrief because SGA is not an elite three-point shooter. He's solid. He's not an elite three-point shooter, but he's a very good defender, the same way Sidney Moncrief was. And he's just so crafty, y'all. He's so crafty. And he pulls up on the dime in that mid-range, and he's going to hit it. And that's how Sidney Moncrief got to his spot on that court in the mid-range game, and boom, pulled up, made it. And Sidney Moncrief was a monster on defense. A monster on defense, man. Monster on defense. So, been very surprised with Thunder because we knew they were going to be good. We saw what they did last year. And that was without Chet Holmgren. That was with Jalen Williams being in his rookie year. But now, you're talking about this team is the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. And y'all, I mean, look at all the young talent that's all over this team. SGA, Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams. Y'all, this team is so deep, man. Case and Wallace look really good. He's looked really, really good for them. Aaron Wiggins is shooting over 50% from three. So this team is deep. They have shooting, they have defense, they have versatility. OKC is a dangerous team. They are a very dangerous team. And I know they're a young team, but this team is dangerous. Man, this team is very, very dangerous. They're very scary. And whoever plays them in the playoffs, they're going to give them, man, they're going to give them a lot of problems. Because they can, OKC, man, is so, like the lineups they can put on the court, man, the way they can play, y'all, they can go big on you, they can go small. And what I really love about OKC is like, any lineup they put on the court, man, all the guys that can play defense, all of them can switch on defense, all of them can shoot. And that's why they're so scary. They can put SGA out there. Now they got Gordon. They can run a lineup realistically, y'all. SGA, Gordon Hayward, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, as I'm getting the call, but they can run a super tall lineup, but not sacrifice shooting and not sacrifice defense. So, man, this team, whoo, OKC is no joke. OKC is no joke. Next up, we have the Indiana Pacers. 31-25 record, number 5 in the West, in the Eastern Conference. Going into the season, I thought the Pacers would be a very fun team to watch. Because when I was looking at the makeup of the roster, I'm like, wow, they got a whole lot of scoring, a whole lot of shooting. But I didn't know how well that would translate in terms of being a playoff team. I didn't know. I didn't know how well it was going to translate, right? Didn't know that. Did not know how well it was going to translate. But wow, y'all, this team, Indiana, they almost remind you a little bit, obviously, what I'm going to say, not a lot, but they remind you a little bit of the Showtime Lakers. In terms, them boys just going to run and run and run some more. They are led by one of the best point guards in the league, man, Tyrese Halliburton. I've been a fan of Tyrese Halliburton since he was at Iowa State. This dude is a magician with the basketball in his hand, man. He's a magician with the basketball in his hand. Man, he's a special talent. And I know his jump shot looks funky, but he shoots it at a 40% clip. And he's 6'5", can rebound the ball, and will compete defensively. He will compete defensively, man. But that ain't it, because this team also has other great talent on this team. Obviously, they traded for Pascal Siakam. He is giving them a much needed two-way wing. That's what this team was really lacking. He's come in and filled that void really well. Miles Turner. Shout out Miles Turner, man. We know the last few years, Miles Turner's name has been in so many trade rumors. I mean, shoot, if Miles Turner, man, if he got 50 Cent every time his name was in the darn trade rumor, man, he would have enough to probably build his own NBA arena, because that's how much his name has been in trade rumors over the past 4 or 5 years. But now it seems like the Pacers are fully committed to him, as they should be, because Miles Turner is a very good 3-and-D center. He's one of the best rim protectors in the league, maybe the best shot blocking center in the league. But I think that goes to Anthony Davis. But Miles Turner is up there, man. He's been healthy, y'all. That's been his issue. Miles Turner, his problem has been health. Because when he's on the court, Miles Turner is a very good player. Very good player. Can impact the game. But his problem has been health. This year, he's healthy. So love that look, because he played in 52 games. Love that. You look at else, I'll just name them quickly. Benedict Mathurin, TJ McConnell, Andrew Nembhard, Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith, and Obi Toppin. Y'all, this is a very, very, very deep team as well. This is a deep team. They got, I think, about 6-7 players that score in double figures, which just goes to show you, man. I mean, the depth that's on this team. And they have a lot of shooting, y'all. A lot of shooting on this team. They got multiple players on this team shooting 37% or better from three. Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Aaron Nesmith, and Jalen Smith are those two guys are at the top of the league in terms of 3-point percentage. Aaron Nesmith shooting about 46%. Jalen Smith is shooting 48%. Obi Toppin shooting 40%. Like, this team has a lot of shooting, a lot of scoring. They're a horrible defensive team, but they're gonna run you out the gym, and that's really all that matters. Who cares about anything else? They're gonna run you out the gym. And they surprised me because I didn't know how well that was gonna translate into wins, but I knew they were gonna be a fun team to watch. Next up, we had the Los Angeles Clippers, and yes, I put the Clippers on here because, as y'all know, this was like an old video way back in October, I believe, when I made this video. When they traded for James Harden, I said I did not like the move. And I have to admit, I was wrong for right now. I was wrong for right now, y'all. Because, boy, them Clippers. If y'all watched the Warriors game last night, Warriors-Clippers game, and guess who won them that game, y'all? It was Norman Powell. I think he's in the conversation for 6th man of the year. But it was Norman Powell that won him that game. They were playing without Kawhi. It wasn't Paul George. James Harden had a really good game, but it was Norman Powell. I mean, Norman Powell down the stretch, this man just kept making threes after threes after threes. And these were tough shots, too. Tough threes he was making. So I'm like, wow, this is a deep team. You got Terrence Mann. Obviously, Avika Zubac, he's back now. Amir Coffey. Talk about three-point shooting with, like I was talking about with the Pacers, man. Amir Coffey, he's shooting almost 45% from three. So I gotta give him credit. I was wrong for right now. But with the Clippers, hey, it doesn't matter. No one cares about what you do in the regular season. No one cares about that. It's all for the Clippers, y'all. It's all about what? That postseason success. So we still got to see. They're looking, I give them credit. They're looking very, 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 very good right now. Okay. But I want to see what these boys do in the I want to see what they do in the postseason. I want to see if they can stay healthy. Right. That's the biggest thing. It's gonna be, can they stay healthy? And what James Harden are we getting in the postseason? And shoot, what Paul George are we gonna get in the postseason? Because I love Paul George, I love PG, but we know he's had his struggles in the postseason. So that's the question. Can they stay healthy? These are two questions. Can they stay healthy? And what Paul George and James Harden do we get come postseason time? That's the question. I can't believe the Clippers will have us on the arena. Yeah, it feels so weird. It's definitely gonna feel weird because obviously, you know, for all these years, they've shared a arena with the Lakers. So yeah, it's gonna feel weird. It is, and it's gonna take some time to get used to just seeing the Clippers actually be in their own arena. So yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That is crazy. And then last, but certainly not least, as Stephen A would say, orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies. The New York Knicks are my last surprising team in the NBA so far. 33-22 record, number 4 in the Eastern Conference. I think I put West. In the Eastern Conference. Coming into the season, y'all, I was very skeptical of the New York Knicks. Saw what they had done last year, and I was like, okay, this is a good team. But I didn't feel like during the off season that they improved that much. But boy, yo, I was wrong. I was wrong. Because Jalen Brunson, who I believe he's in the MVP discussion, Jalen Brunson, this man has went from being a really good player to an MVP candidate. And y'all, I love it for Jalen Brunson. This is a young man. I watched him a lot when he was at Villanova. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't know how well Jalen Brunson was going to translate in the NBA, you know, being a smaller guard. I didn't know how well he was going to translate. Man, y'all, this kid is phenomenal. He is phenomenal. And he is leading this team. And he is doing it at an extremely high level. Dante DiVincenzo, who they signed in free agency, he's been on a tear, y'all. Been on a tear. I mean, you talking about like his last 7 out of his last 8 games, he scored over 20 or more points. And Dante DiVincenzo, he's not known for that, right? He's known for being a two-way player that is tough defensively and can shoot threes. But now he's expanding his offensive game. So now he's like a serious threat. Serious threat. He's a serious threat. Obviously, they have Julius Randle. You know, Julius Randle, he's out right now due to injury. But we know he just continues to be a good player. I do want to see Julius Randle. He needs to step up, man. He needs to step up in the playoffs because he's had his struggles. He has had his struggles. But he's playing well. And the Knicks are a legit team. Like I mentioned earlier, man, now them adding Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic to that crew just makes them even deeper. And man, this team is really, really good. I like the Knicks a whole lot. I really do. I like this team a lot. And I cannot wait to see when they get healthy. Obviously, they're doing a ton of injuries right now. And that's why they having this slump they're in. But wait till this team gets healthy, y'all. We're gonna see. This team has a lot of scoring. Now they have better shooting. Their defense, man. I mean, you got some really, really good defenders on this team. OG Anunoby, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Preston Achiuwa. So, and they're a big team too, man. I mean, big team. Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, Jericho Sims, Preston Achiuwa. I mean, it's a big, big, long, athletic team, and I like what the Knicks have done so far. Now let's get into my disappointing teams. First team y'all see on the screen. My Lakers, man. 30-26 record, number 9 in the West. Now, this hurts me to say, but I have to be objective. I have to be objective on this channel. My Lakers, we've been a disappointment because we have been so doggone inconsistent. There is no reason. And I know we dealt with a lot of injuries, but there is no reason for this team to be in the 9th seed. Coming into the year, I thought we could win the conference. Y'all thought we could be the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Obviously, that ain't gonna happen. But we've been so inconsistent. Now, obviously, if y'all saw my post that I made earlier, we picked up the dub last night against the Utah Jazz. Big win. Rui Hachimura, since he's been in the starting lineup, y'all, we have not lost a game. Okay? Rui has been playing so well. So happy for that kid, what he did the other night. 36 points. Made 6 threes. Finally, I'm so glad Darvin Ham put Rui Hachimura in the starting lineup. Because Taurean Prince just was not getting it done. And Taurean Prince is a one-trick pony. Okay, Rui has a deep bag. Rui can shoot a 3, he can post up, he can rebound, and he can switch on the other guys defensively. Taurean Prince literally is only 3 and D. That's it. He doesn't give you anything else. He can't post up, he can't drive, he can't cut. Rui Hachimura can do all that, y'all. So I'm so glad he's starting now. And if y'all heard the comments from AD and LeBron and Austin Reeves, D-Lo, Spencer Dinwiddie, we heard it. They are very happy he's starting as well. But simply put, my Lakers have been too inconsistent. Now again, look, we started turning the corner with 6-1 in the month of February so far. So I can't wait to see what we do coming out of this All-Star break next week. But we got to be more consistent. Simply put, and I know we dealing with a lot of injuries. We dealing with a ton of injuries. I get it. But there's no excuse because we got enough talent on this team. We got enough shooting on this team. As y'all starting to see, because people at the beginning to see people like the Lakers don't have enough shooting. I was like, yeah, we do. Not worried about the shooting. I'm worried about defense. I'm worried about consistency because that's what been disappointing is our defense, even though it's starting to get better the last few games. But that's what's been most concerning is the defense and the inconsistency from our role players, i.e. Taurean Prince. Right? So had to put them on here. Next up, we had the Sacramento Kings, 31-23 record, number 8 in the Western Conference. Now, the reason I put the Kings on here, not because they're necessarily playing bad, because they're not. I mean, at 31-23. Problem is though, the Western Conference, y'all, is better this year. It's deeper, right? I mean, you got teams like the Timberwolves and Thunder, Suns and Pelicans that weren't this good last year. So your margin for error is a whole lot shorter. Like last year around this time, the Kings, I believe, were the 3rd seed. Right now, they're the 8th seed. They would be a playing team. That shows you the difference. Right? It shows you the difference. So I had to put them on here though, because y'all, the Kings have not improved at all defensively. Their defense stinks. They allowing opponents to shoot nearly 40% from 3 on them. And that is not good. Y'all need to get healthy. I'm assuming you're talking about the Lakers. Yeah, if you're talking about the Lakers, we do need to get healthy. Like we do. We need to get healthy. But at the same time, we gotta be more consistent. It seems like we finally turned the page, though, man. It feels like we turned the page. But yes, we need to get healthy. I mean, I was missing Max Christie and Cam Reddish and Gabe Vincent, which Gabe Vincent, I'm about through with him. I don't know what the heck is going on. This dude had a knee injury, and he has only played 5 games. I feel like it's something they're not telling us, bro. I feel like it's something the Lakers are not telling us. Because if it's literally just if he has a sprained knee, I don't know why he's only played in 5 games. Why has he missed so many games? So it has to be something more than just a sprained knee. I know they've been saying it's a knee injury. It's something more to it than that. Because I know good and darn well you would not miss this many games just for a knee injury unless it was more to it. Unless it was more to it. But yeah, back to the Sacramento Kings. This defense has been bad. Their defense has been bad. Right? It's been really bad. And because of that, I don't see the Kings as a real contender. I don't. I cannot take them seriously. They're a fun team. I think they're an exciting team. Can't take them serious as a contender. Cannot. Okay, I cannot. Their defense is horrible. It's horrible. Yes, their defense stinks, bro. It's so bad. So bad. But what could we expect? Because they did not address defense in free agency. And I love De'Aaron Fox. Right? Keegan Murray's taking a step up his sophomore year. Obviously, you still have a guy, Domantas Sabonis, who's a triple-double threat every night he steps on the court. But this defense is hot garbage. And that's going to limit what they do. It really is. It's going to limit what the Kings can do, man. But you're right. The King, their defense is hot garbage. It stinks. Their defense stinks. And I don't see it getting any better because they just don't have good perimeter defenders on their team. So, Sacramento Kings, y'all have disappointed me big time because I thought your defense was going to get better. I thought y'all were going to address defense in free agency. Okay, you did. I thought you was going to do something at the trade deadline to bring in a couple of wing defenders, but you didn't. You stayed put, which didn't make sense to me, but that's what they chose to do. Next up, we had the Milwaukee Bucks, 35-20 record, number 3 in the East. And this was an easy one for me. Easy one. As y'all know, for those people that have been on this channel, I had the Milwaukee Bucks going to the NBA Finals, taking on my Los Angeles Lakers. And y'all know me, man. I love sticking to my picks. Speaking of sticking to my picks, I told y'all it was going to be a 49ers Chiefs Super Bowl. And I had the 49ers winning, but I kept telling y'all it was going to be a 49ers Chiefs Super Bowl. I was right about that. But I'm still standing firm that the Bucks and Lakers will be going to the finals. But y'all, the Milwaukee Bucks, this team's a mess right now. This team is a mess. They fired their head coach, Adrian Griffin. And that really rubbed me the wrong way. They really did. I'm not even going to lie to you. When the Bucks fired Adrian Griffin, that rubbed me the wrong way. It did. Because I get it. The defense was bad, but it's still bad under Doc Rivers. Like, come on, it's still bad under Doc Rivers. Still bad. Every time this year, y'all, that the Milwaukee Bucks has played the Indiana Pacers, the Pacers have run them out of the building. They can't keep up. This is an old, slow, unathletic team. But see, he was so foolish enough to think, hey, they got Damian Lillard and Giannis. It doesn't matter. And Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Chris Middleton come back a little bit healthier. Y'all, I was wrong. I admit it, I was wrong about the Bucks. I was wrong about the Bucks. I was wrong about them boys, man. But the 5-year head coach, when he went 30-13 in his first year, totally unacceptable. Adrian Griffin did a very good job. It's not his fault. Not his fault. How can we blame a man that this is his first year ever being a head coach, and he inherited a roster that did not have great defenders? So we expect the Milwaukee Bucks to be a great defensive team. Look at the personnel that's on that team, y'all. They don't have it. They don't have it. Right? So I still cannot believe they fired him. I hope Adrian Griffin gets a job again. But I admit it's gonna be hard for him. It's gonna be hard for him. Because people are gonna say, well, you had Giannis and Dame and Brook Lopez and Chris Middleton, and you still couldn't make it work. So it's gonna be hard for him to get a job again. I admit it, but he should get a job again. He should still have his job. I still don't understand why they hired Doc Rivers. To me, if you were gonna fire Adrian Griffin, why would you hire Doc Rivers, man? Listen, I get it. Glenn, Doc Rivers, hey, a great coach. He's won a lot of games, right? Obviously won a championship with the Celtics back in 2008. But that's been long. First of all, that's been long ago now. Be honest, y'all. 2008, that's been a long time. It's been 16 years ago now. A long time. It was almost 2 decades ago. A long time ago, one. And Doc Rivers has had so many meltdown after meltdown after meltdown in the playoffs. So many, y'all, that I can name. Against the Thunder, against the Warriors, against the Rockets in 2015, against the Thunder, against the Thunder 2014, against the Rockets 2015, against the Nuggets in 2020, against the Celtics last year. Y'all remember in 2012 against the Miami Heat when they was up 3-2? And Paul Pierce was talking all that stuff saying they were going to the finals. What happened? They blew that lead too. Why? Because my man, my favorite player of all time, the greatest player of all time in NBA history, LeBron went in there and did a number on him. So you talking about a man, y'all, and Doc Rivers, that yes, he's a great coach. Yes, he won a lot of games. But at the same time, he has blown so many playoff leads. So I just don't understand. The Bucks have definitely disappointed me because I don't understand this. This team is a mess. And I don't know if they turn it around. I don't think they turn around. But again, I'm still standing firm, y'all, that they going to the finals because I don't like changing my picks. Yeah, I didn't like that they fired him either. I just don't get it, man. Like, please explain to me, why would they do that? You're literally going to blame a man his first year as being an NBA head coach? You're going to say, well, the defense was bad. The defense was bad. It's still bad under Doc Rivers. The Bucks don't have the personnel to be a great defensive team. So what do you expect? Man, this is not a team. They don't have Michael Jordan on defense. They don't have Ben Wallace, Ron Artest, Scottie Pippen. They don't have dudes like that on defense. They don't have Dikembe Mutombo on defense. So what do you? They don't have a LeBron in his prime on defense. So what do you expect? Of course, they're not going to be a great defensive team because you don't have the personnel to be one. So didn't understand that last, but certainly not least, we had the Detroit Pistons, man, 8-46 record, number 15 in the East. What in the world is going on in Detroit, Michigan? Y'all, the Pistons. This is rock bottom. And we thought a couple years ago when they only won 17 games, we thought that was a rock bottom for them. It's even worse, y'all. I don't understand it though. Because the Pistons got some good young talent. Why are they this bad? You brought in a good head coach in Monty Williams. So why are they this bad? This one, I really don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. I don't know how the Pistons are this bad. Because they actually have some good young players. Jaden Ivey, Kay Cunningham, Jalen Duren, who I really like. I really love me some Jalen Duren. Marcus Sasser. Why is this team so bad? Asura Thompson. I don't get it. This should at least be, they're 8-46. At worst, y'all, the Pistons, in my opinion, I mean, they're 8-46. This team should at least be like 20-34 through 54 games. At least. But 8 wins, this is like, what is going on? Is Monty Williams not getting through these? Are these players just not growing up? Are they not maturing? I love Troy Weaver, their GM. But I tell you what, hey, Troy, listen to this, my man. You better start getting something done soon, man. Real soon, bro. Real soon. Troy Weaver, you better start getting something shaking in Detroit very, very, very quickly. Because I know Troy Weaver said this is we restoring and all this stuff. But man, them Pistons, they tired. Them Pistons fans tired of hearing that we restoring. They ready for that restoring to happen, to be finished. And it's not. Okay, they ready for it to be done. Man, y'all ever been really hungry? And someone's making food for you? And you keep asking them, every few minutes, when the food's gonna be done, when it's gonna be done. They keep saying, just keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting. Well, eventually you're gonna get really pissed off. You're gonna get mad because you're tired of waiting. Okay, I'm ready to eat now, right? You're gonna be ready to eat now. But for the Pistons fans, they tired of waiting. They tired of hearing Troy Weaver say, we're restoring this team, restoring the organization. Okay? They're tired of hearing that. They're ready to see it happen right now. They tired of hearing, oh, we're restoring. They don't want to hear that. Okay, it's time. It's time. Man, it's time to start doing it. Okay? Don't talk about it, be about it. The Bucks made him the scapegoat that they did. In NFL news, I don't like what was done to Steve Wilkes either. They really rubbed me the wrong way as well. They really did. Steve Wilkes is a really good football coach. Man, I got a lot of respect for him. A lot of respect for Steve Wilkes. A lot of respect for Steve Wilkes. This is a man, y'all, that worked his way from the bottom up to the top. Because for years, Steve Wilkes was a defensive back coach. That's all he had ever been. Then he finally gets his big break with the Arizona Cardinals to be a head coach. And what happened? They fired him after a year. You know why they did that? They did it because they decided, you know what? Let's go hire Cliff Kingsbury. Really? So they bring in Cliff Kingsbury. Mind you, the only reason they brought in Cliff Kingsbury is because He spoke highly of Kyler Murray. That's the only reason. He was talking about how fun it would be to coach him, all this mess, right? That's the only reason he did it. Or excuse me, that's the only reason the Cardinals did it. The only reason they did it. Come on, man. Really? And now to see what the 49ers did. I know this, we talking about NBA, but now to see what the 49ers did with Steve Wilkes today, Kyle Shanahan. As y'all know, I sung the 49ers praises all season long. I still think they're a great team. That loss doesn't change that at all. But I definitely lost some respect for Kyle Shanahan and that organization today. I can't lie, though. I definitely did. Because Steve Wilkes is a good coach. 49ers, y'all need to get another corner. If you watch my mock draft the other night, I had them taking a cornerback Josh Newton at TCU. Don't blame Steve Wilkes for that. Okay, at the end of the day, players got to make plays, y'all. Especially when you got as much talent the 49ers have. This is not a team that's talent, that's devoid of talent, excuse me. It's not like my Tennessee Titans, right? The Titans, we could blame Mike because we knew these dudes weren't talented. We knew these dudes coming into the year weren't going to do nothing. This is different. This is different. It's not like the New York Giants, right? It's not like the Jets. Not like that. Players got to make plays, especially in the game like a Super Bowl, man. As the old saying goes, y'all, big time players what? Make big time plays in big time games. So we can't always blame the coaches every time. Players got to go out there and make them plays, make them things happen. Period. That's just how I feel about it. Same thing with Adrian Griffin. But hated for Steve Wilkes, hated for Adrian Griffin. Like I said, hopefully they will be head coaches again. I mean, hopefully Steve Wilkes will be able to get a defensive coordinator job. But I don't know what job he's going to be able to get now, y'all. I mean, they about to wear mid-February, right? So pretty much at this point, all the teams have their coaching staff assembled. So I don't really know where Steve Wilkes can go. Obviously, Adrian Griffin, I mean, you know, the NBA season is ongoing right now, so he won't get a job. But I don't know where Steve Wilkes can go because all these new coaches have already, like my Tennessee Titans, Brian Callahan and Rand, they've already assembled a staff. So, and a lot of these other teams, like the Panthers, they got a new head coach, Dave Canales, Raheem Morris with the Atlanta Falcons. Like these teams already have assembled their staff. So I'm really not sure where Steve Wilkes is going to go. So I just, man, I hate it. You know, I hate it. Facts, bro. Man, I hate it for both of them. But I guess that's just how things go sometimes. So, just how it goes sometimes. So, let's get into my NBA award leaders. Then I will give y'all my finals contenders and we will get on out of here. I want to say thank you, everybody that's tuned in tonight. Man, appreciate it. Thank y'all for being interactive too, commenting, talking back to me. I do want to say I did upload 2 videos earlier to NFL scouting reports, so y'all mind going, liking, commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. And yeah, man. So let's get into these NBA award leaders. So y'all, these are the guys that I think, as of right now, again, midpoint in the NBA season, but as of right now, these are the guys that I think are leading these categories. So right now, my MVP leader is Boston Celtics small forward Jason Tatum. And this one is close. This was actually very close because I think right now, the top 2, at least in my opinion, would be him and SGA. I think Jason Tatum and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are the top 2 MVP candidates right now. The reason right now, though, y'all, I would take Jason Tatum over SGA, and it's very close, but the reason I'll take him over SGA, because one, the Celtics have the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and 2, Jason Tatum has been even better than he was last year. And SGA has too. But we needed this from Jason Tatum. We really did. We needed this from him. Because obviously we know it was a disappointing end to their season last year. Disappointing end to their season last year. In the Eastern Conference Finals against the Miami Heat. And a lot of people like, okay, we know Jason Tatum's a great player, but can he really get to that superstar status? He has. He has. So right now, Jason Tatum is my MVP leader. Next up, we have most improved player. And I really think this ain't even close. But right now, my most improved player leader for this award is Chicago Bulls guard Kobe White. Y'all, Kobe White, this dude has played so well. So well. I've always joked about Kobe White. I said, man, his hair gives him superpowers, y'all. It does. I mean, look at his hair, y'all. That boy got some really good hair. He got some really good hair. Let's clap for his hair, man. Yeah, I always said, man, I've been watching Kobe White since he was at high school, but playing in North Carolina. But I've always said, man, Kobe White, his hair gives him superpowers. Like them superpowers have been unlocked. They have been unlocked this year. It's Kobe White, man. Y'all, he looks like a totally different player. Totally different player. And I don't know what he did differently in the offseason. Remember, just last year, shoot, I know some people that was questioning his NBA future. And this man, he has solidified himself as the Bulls point guard for years to come. His birthday's tomorrow. He's going to turn 24 years old. So he's still extremely young, and he has turned his game up. Averaging 19 points, almost 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 46% from the floor, 82% from the line, 39% from three. He's taking this game to another level, man. To another level. So I think this is an easy one. He would be the most improved player. Next up, we have Defensive Player of the Year. And right now, I think the leader for this award is my man, power forward / center for the Los Angeles Lakers, Anthony Davis. Y'all, AD. First off, let me just say this. Anthony Davis has been extremely healthy this year. We know for years people have always made fun, Anthony Davis, he can't stay healthy, all this. He missed too many games. I mean, you can't say this year, y'all, as he has played in 51 of the Lakers' 56 games. So we can't say that this year. His strength is in his hair. Yes, I know. I've always said Kobe White's hair gives him it gives him superpowers, man. It just unlocks something for him. And this year is, I don't know, it's like it's really unlocked something for him. But yeah, Anthony Davis is my Defensive Player of the Year leader right now. Man, AD, y'all. Without Anthony Davis, my Lakers would probably be the worst defensive team in the NBA. No lie, seriously. Because AD makes up for so many of our shortcomings on the defensive end. Obviously, as y'all know, the Lakers don't have a great defensive backcourt. We got D'Angelo Russell and we got Austin Reeves, right? But when you got a guy like AD, he makes up for everything. He covers so much ground, y'all, on the defensive end. He plays them passing lanes like crazy because he knows how to read passes, and he has long arms, y'all, long arms. AD, I think this award is yours, my man. I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close. I really don't. I think this is the one to me, y'all. Out of all the awards, this is the one to me ain't close. I think this one and Kobe White, right? But it's not close. Anthony Davis is no question, the defensive player of the year. No question, he's the defensive player of the year. Next up, we have 6 men of the year. And I think this award is gonna go to our, the leader right now. But I actually think he's gonna win it too. But right now, the leader is Sacramento Kings guard Malik Monk. And I'm still mad that my Lakers, we were not able to bring Malik Monk back a couple years ago on free agent. We just couldn't offer him the money the way the Kings did. And he's taking full advantage of that because Malik Monk has turned himself into a really, really, really good NBA player. He has a role. And y'all remember he got drafted by the Hornets. He was a bust, right? He never could get it right because I think the Hornets were expecting Malik Monk to be a savior, but he ain't that kind of player. But if you got him as a supporting role, kind of like some actors or actresses, y'all, they can't be the main characters, but if you have them in supporting roles or supporting characters, they're gonna do a really great job. And that's how Malik Monk is. He's not. He can't be your second, third, or fourth best player on a championship team, but he can be your fifth or sixth best player, and that's very, very good for the Kings. And like I said, he has a role on the team, man. He's a microwave scorer. Y'all remember the old Pistons guard, Vinny, the microwave Johnson? That's what he provided for them, right? He couldn't really, can't play defense. He could pass the ball, but he can't play defense. You're not really gonna see him go to the basket too much, even though Malik Monk can dunk, but he's really gonna do a lot of, shooting threes and shooting mid-range shots. But he has a role. He's playing, he's done it at a really high level. So you got to give him that. And yeah, he will be my 6th man of the year. My rookie of the year, man, San Antonio Spurs center Victor Wembanyama. I think Wemby is leading Chet Holmgren right now. I think he is. I think he leading Chet. I think he's leading Chet by a little bit, man. Y'all saw the other night, that man had 10 blocks. Victor Wembanyama had 10 freaking blocks, y'all. 10 blocks. What in the absolute world? And on top of it, and he had 27 and 14, y'all. 27 points, 14 rebounds. I know Chet has a better team record. Because he has a better team. But Wemby, what Victor Wembanyama is doing, y'all, he ain't seen nothing like this. You talking about a kid that's 20 years old and the defensive instincts that he has, it's out of this world. Right? It's out of this world. It really is. It's out of this world, man. So Wemby is my rookie of the year so far. Again, this is just so far. This could change because Chet Holmgren could end up overtaking Wemby. I think right now, just with what Wemby's doing, man, especially defensively. Okay, I know he's averaging 20 points, but defensively, that's where, you just don't see this. A 20-year-old kid possessing defensive instincts and skills that he has. I have not seen something like this really since Anthony Davis and since Hakeem Olajuwon, y'all. Wemby, he is every bit of an elite defender already. He's already an elite defender. And just his offense is gonna be better once he actually gets a real point guard on the team. Once he gets a real point guard, his defense gonna be even better. Jokic is MVP. Man, I thought about putting Jokic, but the Nuggets are only, I know I say only, they're only the 4 seed right now. And I'm gonna be honest. I think there's gonna be some voter fatigue. We've seen this happen before, right? We've seen the MVP voters we've seen them have some voter fatigue. Obviously, Jokic, he's already won the MVP award twice. He's already won it twice, right? So they could have some voter fatigue there. I thought about it, but then I was like, it's just tough because, man, you got SGA, right? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You also have Kawhi. I think Kawhi's in the MVP discussion. I think Jalen Brunson's in the MVP discussion. Donovan Mitchell's in the MVP discussion. So it's tough, but just right now, I would take Jason Tatum. I would take Tatum right now over Jokic. But yeah, the MVP. I mean, like I said, you got Jokic, you got Tatum, you got SGA, you have Donovan Mitchell, you have Jalen Brunson. So it's a lot of guys. Joel Embiid before he got injured. Joel Embiid, honestly, he was my front runner before he got injured. But right now, I would have to give it to Tatum, but it's close. It's very close, very close. What about KD? KD KD's having a phenomenal season. I mean, he's having his most efficient season. I mean, the man is shooting almost 54% from the field and over 44% from three. And he has his sons. You know, the Suns are playing some very good basketball. Obviously, you know, the way they started the season, it was really tough. But since Bradley Beal has come back and been healthy, they're playing some really good basketball. They're, 33 and 22. The only thing I think KD could be in the MVP discussion, but it's so many other guys right now that I just, this is my opinion. I think it's so many other guys right now that's ahead of KD. That I don't know. I don't know how serious a threat he is to winning. Right? He could be in the conversation, but I just think it's so many other guys that's ahead of him. Not that KD isn't having a great year because he is, but it's like you got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you got Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Kawhi. Like it's so many. You did great with the pronunciation of Wemby's last name as well. Thank you. Yeah. It took me like a little while to get the hang of it, but yeah. I think Bogdanovich can maybe be in discussion for most improved. Oh yeah. I thought about him. Man. I thought about Bogey because he's been playing so well for the Hawks. I definitely thought about Bogey, but the reason right now that I would have Kobe White as a leader is because Kobe White. I mean, seriously, like last year, this is a guy that a lot of people were questioning his future, like in the NBA, in terms of could he even be a productive player? And now this year, I mean, there's been no question about that because Kobe White has been playing on a whole nother level, right? I don't think too many people thought Kobe White actually was going to be a starting caliber point guard in the NBA. But you had people questioning that. You had people questioning that. So that's why I would give it to him. But yeah, I thought about Bogey, man. I watched the Hawks a good amount. And I thought about Bogey. He's an elite 3-point shooter, but yeah, I had to give right now. I'll give it to Kobe White. What team you support? Well, the NBA. Well, let me just say this. I'm a LeBron fan, right? Huge LeBron fan. He's my favorite player ever. So by default, wherever LeBron goes, I have to support that team. But I tell people I'm a Cavs fan at heart. I really love the Cavs. I'm always gonna be a Cavs fan no matter what. Because that was the first team I saw LeBron play on, and I stuck with them. But I do support the Lakers because I had to, right? Because I'm a LeBron fan and you got to support him. But I'm still a Cavs fan at heart, and I always will be a Cavs fan at heart. I just always will be. But I have to support the Lakers because I mean LeBron plays on the team, man. I want to see him do well. I want to see him maybe get another championship or two. So yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, by default, really, just because of LeBron. But no, I'm really a Cavs fan. But I root for the Lakers because of LeBron. And then NFL, I'm a Titans fan. And yeah, those are my teams, man. Those are my teams right there. I've never seen you before. I'm thanking you're new to my channel because I've never seen your name before. So if you are, welcome to the family, man. Welcome to the channel. Do you think Wemby could win both Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year? Man, I do think he could. I think it's between him and AD. Right now, I gave the edge to AD. I gave the edge to AD right now. Because I think, man, AD, I mean, I don't know if you were in here when I said this, but AD, I think, has really made up for a lot of deficiencies that my Lakers have on the defensive side of the ball. When you look, we don't have a very good defensive backcourt. We have, I'm gonna say, Spencer Dinwiddie is solid defensively, but D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves, obviously, they're not good defenders. You know, LeBron can't play defense the way he used to, you know, because due to his age, and also, you know, it's other guys on the team that's like Torian Prince is inconsistent as a defender, right? So when you look at that, we shouldn't even be, you know, an average defensive team. Or excuse me, we should be a really bad defensive team, but we aren't because AD makes up for a lot of our deficiencies. So that's why I went with AD right now. But Wemby could win Defensive Player of the Year because, man, he just had 10 blocks the other day in the game. And he's averaging over 3 blocks per game as a rookie. And his, like I said, man, his defensive instincts and skills as a 20-year-old rookie, very, very rare. Very, very rare, man. All you sub, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. But yes, and then finally, we have Coach of the Year. And right now, I think that will go to Minnesota Timberwolves head coach Chris Finch. This was one that was tough for me, because I think you can make a case for Ty Lue with the Clippers. I think you can make a case for Mark Daigneault with the Oklahoma City Thunder. But right now, I did pick Chris Finch with the Minnesota Timberwolves just because no one, and I mean no one, okay, saw this coming. I mean, like I said earlier, I thought the Timberwolves were going to be a play-in team, right? Forget play-in team. This team has the number 1 seed in the Western Conference right now, which is something that I did not see happening whatsoever. So I think you got to give it to him. But it's going to be close between him and, like I said, Mark Daigneault with the Thunder, and I think also Ty Lue with the Clippers, because I was very skeptical of the Clippers, but they proved me wrong for right now. They proved me wrong. Gotta give them that. They proved me wrong. So, yeah. So y'all, those are my NBA award leaders as of right now. Again, this could change. This could change. This definitely could change. But these are my NBA award leaders right now. And yeah. Rudy Gobert is contender for Defensive Player of the Year alongside Davis and Wemby. Yes, he is, man. He is. Rudy Gobert has. I mean, I have to give it to him. He's really turned. It's gonna sound funny saying this, but he's turned his career around. Right? He's had a career resurgence because we know last year, his first year with the Timberwolves, it did not go as planned. The Timberwolves did disappoint a lot of people after their strong year they had 21-22 season. A lot of people thought they could be maybe like a Western Conference final contender. They got nowhere close to. Obviously, they got kicked out in round 1. And Rudy Gobert did not have the same defensive impact that he had all those years in Utah. But this year, he's went back to being that Rudy Gobert. And you mix in Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns, man. Karl freaking Anthony Towns committing to the defensive end. Love that. And yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns has finally committed to the defensive end, and that's helped them. That has helped them tremendously, man. It really has. You said LeBron sometimes doesn't try on defense. Hey, you know, we got to conserve energy, my man. 39 years old out here. We got to conserve energy. My man LeBron said, we got to conserve energy out here. We 39. These legs old. We play so many minutes. You know, we try to keep ourselves young. We try to keep this. LeBron try to keep his career going as long as he can. And he's stealing. Here's the thing about LeBron, right? This man is still. You skip. You Skip Bayless. He said, who is Skip Bayless? Skip Bayless, man, Skip Bayless, he now works for Fox Sports, but for years he worked for ESPN. He was he was on a show called First Take with Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if you know who he is, but he was on this show called First Take with Stephen A. Smith. And then in 2016, he left ESPN. He moved to Fox Sports. And him and Shannon Sharp, former NFL tight end for the Broncos Hall of Famer, they started this show called Undisputed. Now Shannon is he's on First Take now. Now you got Keyshawn Johnson, Michael Irvin, Richard Sherman, and Lil Wayne on Undisputed now. So yeah, that's Skip Bayless. That's kind of like a little rundown of his career. He's a longtime Cowboys fan, and he's a longtime LeBron hater. So yeah, that's that's who Skip is, man. He's a longtime Michael Jordan supporter. So yeah. Okay, you know Stephen A. I'm saying, Shannon. Okay, yeah. Big play Shay, man. Big play Shay. Club Shay. But yeah, y'all. So, anybody got anything else? Any other comments? Any comments? Any questions? Can speak now. Man, I've had a ton of fun tonight. Y'all been very interactive with me. Very, very interactive with me. I appreciate that. Anybody got any comments to add about tonight's live stream? Who is second in your MVP in the MVP race? Man, I think I'm gonna have to go with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I think I have to go with SGA. I think I'll go with SGA right now. I really do. Yeah, I think I'll go with SGA, man. Again, that MVP race is so many guys, though. And that just shows you how talented the league is now. It's so many dudes, but I think it'll be SGA because SGA, I mean, his efficiency is insane. SGA is shooting almost 55% from the floor, 88% from the line, and 37% from deep. He is a guard, man, shooting almost 55% from the floor. A guard doing that. And SGA is such a good defender too. He's averaging 2.2 steals a game, almost a block a game. Like, he is just a phenomenal two-way player. So he would be second right now. SGA would be second. He would be second for me. But what about you, man? Who because I know you said you think Jokic should be the MVP. Who would be second in your race? Because yeah, I have SGA right now. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander would be second in my MVP race right now. Again, it's close because there's so many guys deserving. Like I mentioned earlier, Jalen Brunson, he's definitely in it. Donovan Mitchell, he's definitely in it. Kawhi Leonard. You said Jokic and then SGA? Okay. Giannis, yeah, I don't know if you was in here. I touched on the Bucks. Man. That Bucks defense, man. Woo, that Bucks defense has not been great. But hey, Giannis has still been phenomenal. And yeah, he's in it. He's in it. Like I said, it's a lot, man. It's a lot of dudes in it right now. It's a lot of people in it. And it's crazy to see, but it just goes to show you how talented the NBA is right now. The positive interaction has been phenomenal. Yeah, let's clap it up, man. Let's clap it up for the positive interaction. Yeah. Give yourselves a pound of back too, man. Give yourselves a pound of back right now too. Yeah, I love y'all interact with me, man. Love y'all interact with me. My man Zigo, I guess is how you pronounce it. Zygo. Who is your favorite NBA team? Who's your favorite player? If you don't mind me asking. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't planning on going this long, but me and you having a good conversation right now. So I want to keep it going because we having a good conversation. I want to keep it going right now. Okay, to be honest, Nuggets and Jokic. Oh, you from Serbia, man. Okay, Serbia. Okay. Wow, man. I got people. Okay, got people in other countries. Okay. Okay. Got. Yo, but I don't follow NBA that much. I follow EuroLeague more. Okay, you watch EuroLeague. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't, but hey, I respect that. Though. I respect it. Okay, Nuggets and Jokic. Yeah. Check out Partisan fans. We have the best fans in the world. Oh, yeah. Okay, best fans in the world. I say this, man. I know, other countries, boy. Like whenever I watch the Olympics, man, y'all crowds be rocking. Them crowds are on fire for real. So y'all definitely know your sports. You definitely know your sports. Your league has better defense in the NBA. Man, the defense in the NBA is so trash right now, dog. It is so bad, man. It's so bad. It's a joke, man. I can't even believe it. I miss the days. See, I'm old school, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm old school, right? I'm old school. So I miss the days I miss the days of old school basketball. Like I really do. I miss the days of old school, just tough physical basketball. Dudes playing defense, going after each other. I miss the days. Man, I'm enjoying this conversation. Yeah, I am too, man. I am too. It's always good to have, a conversation with somebody that knows the game. It's great. Yeah, I love this conversation. 90s defense better for real. Man, the defense in the 90s. The defense in the 90s. Man, my gosh. The defense in the 90s. Think about some of the defenders you had in the 90s. Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, Ron Harper. All them dudes play on the same team. Same team. Then you go to Detroit. You just mentioned it. Bad boy Pistons throwing elbows. That's when you had a young Dennis Rodman, right? Isaiah Thomas, Rick Mahorn, John Sally, Bill Laimbeer, right? Joe Dumars, one of the most underrated shooting guards in NBA history. So it's just different. It's totally different now. You had Ron Artest, Derek Harper, man, Charles Oakley. Come on, man. That's some Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning. Limit throwing punches at Barkley. Yeah. That's how they played back then. And it was okay because there was the standard in the NBA back in the 80s and 90s. And even early 2000s. That's how they played. It was so much more fun and better to watch. It was. I always tell people, man, I was born in the wrong time. I literally was. Okay. I was born in the wrong time. I was. Even though I know the history of the game, I wish I would have been able to see a lot of these guys live, right? I had to go on YouTube and look at highlights and look at old games. I wish I actually could have saw this live. Oh, yeah, Ben Wallace. Man, Ben Wallace. Oh my gosh. Ben Wallace. Marcus Camby. Marcus Camby was another one. Man, Marcus Camby was another one. Amazing defender. Y'all remember Marcus Camby when he played for Massachusetts with John Calipari back in the day? Man, obviously you had the Kemba Mutombo, Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson. Before Ralph Sampson got injured, he was an amazing defender. And we had never seen nothing like him. We had never seen nothing like Ralph Sampson before, ever. Said me too. Can be tough, man. Marcus Camby. Oh my gosh. And Marcus Camby could run like a Giselle too. He could run so fast for a big dude. He said, I mean, Draymond kind of plays like that today, but it's not the same. He got punk bar. That's what I'm saying. See, all right, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Glad you brought that up. Draymond is not the same. It's not the same. Because back then, man, let's be honest. Okay, for all my if you a historian of the game, man, put a thumbs up in the comments right now. Because y'all know good and doggone well that back in the day, those dudes were some rough riders. Some rough riders. Steven Jackson, Ron Artest, Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, may he rest in peace. Xavier McDaniel. Y'all remember him as Xavier McDaniel? And them dudes was about it. And they stood on business. They stood on it. They weren't afraid of anybody. They weren't afraid of not a single person back then. Back in the day, Draymond would look at Angel. He would. You right, man, he would. You know why? Because the game was played differently. The physicality was different, excuse me. And them dudes then, man, they really was about it, dog. They were really about it, like seriously. There was no running away. There was none of that. There was no hiding behind somebody. They went mano a mano. They went face to face, and they got it on. See, Draymond, man, see, he does things differently, right? He does things differently. And that's because he's not a tough guy. Right? That's because he ain't a tough guy. So Draymond does things differently, my man. It's funny how we never see Draymond kicking or punching Jokic or someone bigger or stronger than him. Exactly, man. I've been saying this for years. He never does that. He never does that. He never does that. If you are really about it, man, if you really a tough guy, you're going to challenge anyone. You're not going to pick and choose, like you said. You're not going to pick and choose. Yes, he even got pumped by Trick. Man, yes, he did. And I still remember that. 2018 Game 1 NBA Finals. I still remember that. I still remember that to this day, man. And I was like, what? Tristan Thompson, a dude from Canada, and you just let him punk you on national TV, and you supposed to be Mr. Tough Stuff? You supposed to be this big, bad dude? Come on, man. That's not how tough people operate, y'all. Y'all know that. If you really about it, y'all, if you really a tough person, you willing to try anybody. It don't matter. It don't matter how big they are. It don't matter how tall they are. It don't matter about any of that stuff. Because you know, hey, I'm about it too. Like, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm not scared of you. Why would I be scared of you? I made of tough stuff. I made it of the right stuff. Man, I remember, and Draymond want to compare himself to Rob. Man, he will never be nothing like Dennis Rodman at all. Come on, now, he will never ever be nothing like Dennis Rodman. Never. He'll never be anything like Dennis Rodman. Come on, he'll never be anything like Dennis Rodman. And look, people can say what they want about Dennis Rodman. That dude was tough. And he was going to scrap and claw with you every single game. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. He was going, Dennis, that's who Dennis Rodman was. He stood on business. The young people say that he stood on business. Yes, he's very selective about who he approaches. Yes. Have we ever seen Draymond ever try to say something to Russell Westbrook? No, we ain't seen him do that. Why? Because we know Russell Westbrook, man. Russell Westbrook stands on business. Russell Westbrook is not going to back down. We've never seen Draymond try really. The one time he did, if y'all remember this, it was in the preseason 2018 against the Lakers, and he tried Michael Beasley, and Michael Beasley got up. Michael Beasley got up, and you could tell like he was ready to get it on. And Draymond was biting on his darn fingernail. I was like, dude, come on. He would have got knocked out and played it nice. Yeah. Yeah. Westbrook won square. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Russ was ready. I totally forgot about that one. Yeah. But obviously, there was nothing was going to happen, right? Because Draymond was protected by all the security that's in the arena. So I forgot about it. I'm going to have to look that video up, man. I forgot about Russ. Yeah, Russ. I'm saying Russell Westbrook stands on business. He will challenge any man. We've seen Russell Westbrook. He challenged KD. So he'll challenge anybody. You said, bro, Stewart punked Draymond too. Yes, he did. Like Draymond, man, he is not a tough guy at all. He is not a tough guy at all. He never has been, never will be. So he needs to get that out of his head, bro. He just needs to totally get out of his head. Get out of his mind. Because he'll never be that. And everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Man, he was not even last in the 90s. He wasn't lasting. In the 80s as well. 80s, 90s, early 2000s, he wasn't lasting. Man, back then, them dudes was like some real deal tough brothers, for real. You didn't mess with them. You didn't do that. You had to be really tough back then. You couldn't just present yourself as being a fake tough guy. No, you really had to be about it. You had to be about it. Stewart grabbed him like a kid. Yes, he did. And I was laughing. Like, literally, I was laughing. Payton would buy. Oh, my dude. Gary Payton is one of my favorite players of all time. Gary Payton was so competitive, man. You remember in the 1996 finals, when he told George Karl he wanted to take Michael Jordan, and he went at Michael Jordan, and he wasn't scared. He didn't back down from it. And a lot of people would have been right because Michael Jordan was the man back then. But Gary Payton did not care, man. Gary Payton comes from Oakland, California. He's from Oakland, California. Gary Payton is from Oakland, California. That man's as tough as they come. He is so competitive, man. Gary Payton he's competitive to this day. And coaching the Big Three, he is competitive to this freaking day, man. And I've heard Gary Payton. I've heard him talk about Draymond before, saying that he's not tough. I've heard him say it. So yeah, Gary Payton. I'm glad you met, man. Gary Payton, one of my favorite players ever, because Gary Payton was so competitive, and he's still like that to this day. Still like that. Yeah, Karl Malone was. Yeah, he was tough. The mailman. That's what they called him. The mailman. Him and John Stockton. But yeah. Karl Malone was about it too. Man. Man. Karl Malone. I remember him and Dennis Rodman kind of got into it in I think it was the 97 finals. Maybe it was 97 or 98 finals. Yes, sir. He was Stockton the Hornets saying, oh yeah, you know your best. Yeah, and Greg Orsatag too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, we got a dude, y'all. He knows his stuff for real. He know oh yeah, he knows, you know your basketball for real, man. Because he mentioned Jeff Hornacek. That's how you know he knows stuff. You know Jeff Hornacek, and Jeff Hornacek was a good player, but remember like him, yeah, you know your stuff for real. Yeah, Shawn Kemp was crazy, man. Remember they used to call him the Rain Man back in the day. That's what they called Shawn Kemp. The Rain Man. Said, yeah, when they tripped each other. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, when they tripped each other. Yep. When Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman, they tripped each other. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Said, yeah, bro, I'm 15 and I know him. Yeah, that's great, man. Shoot, I'm only 21. So yeah, we both, but I think for me, I just really love just knowing the ins and outs of basketball. I'm saying that with the NFL, but since we're talking about the NBA right now, I just love really knowing the history of the game as well. I think it's important to know the history of the game. Obviously, I mean, I don't know about the current stuff because this stuff that I can, I see now. It's stuff that I can, watch live. But I think it's very important to know, the history of the game and to know how we even got to where we are right now. Because there's certain players in the league that, if it wasn't for, say if it wasn't for a Grant Hill, we might not have somebody like a LeBron James, because Grant Hill and Scottie Pippen, they were the first two dudes to be 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", and could be a triple double threat and can handle the ball and play the point guard spot. So yeah, you gotta know the history of the game, man. Kemp once dunked on Rodman. Yes, I remember that. Sean Kemp was, man, that's why they call him the Rain Man. That dude was, oh my gosh. I think people really forget how great Sean Kemp was. People forget how great Sean Kemp was because, at the end of his career, like he went to the Cavs and he made the All-Star team one year, but he went to the Cavs and he went to the Magic and he got out of shape. I think people really forgot how great Sean Kemp really was. Sean Kemp at one point was seen as like one of the best power forwards in the league, right up there with Karl Malone, with Charles Barkley. He was up there with those guys. So yeah, Sean Kemp was he was a monster. Yes, I do remember Andrew Bynum. He did have a lot of potential. He had a lot of potential, man. Dang, Andrew Bynum. It just, to me, I think Andrew Bynum, obviously, he ended up having like some knee injuries, but man, I never felt like Andrew Bynum really took the game as seriously as he could have, right? And really as he should have. You remember that game they were playing against the Golden State Warriors and Sean Kemp. Andrew Bynum, for whatever reason, he jacked up a three-pointer, which I don't know why he did it. For whatever reason, he jacked up a three-pointer, and then Mike Brown benched him immediately. Like, it was stuff like that, right? Like I keep saying Sean Kemp. Andrew Bynum, he just never took the game as seriously as he should have. If he did, man, he would have been a great center. That was Andrew Bynum's problem. He never took the game as seriously as he should have. That was his biggest problem. Because he had the talent, man. He had the talent. He had the size, the strength. He was dominant defensively. I mean, we know that he had a year where he averaged 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 blocks. So it was never a talent thing. It was mentally with him. As you said, yeah, he doesn't have it. He didn't. Yeah, that was Andrew Bynum's problem. He didn't have it mentally. And that's a big part, man. If you're going to be, like, you can be a very talented player, but if you don't have it mentally, it doesn't matter about all the physical talent that you have. You got, look at all the great players in NBA history. Yeah, they had talent. They had physical talent, but it's mentally, though, too. It's how you carry yourself as an NBA player. Do you put in the work that it's going to take to really become great? Andrew Bynum never did that. Had he done that, he really, really could have had a great career. Instead of just having one season when he was great. He could have had multiple seasons where he was a great player. But he never took it seriously. He never took it seriously the way he should have. And that was his downfall. Because he had all the talent. He thought everything was a joke. He thought everything was a joke. Mentality is the most important thing in any sport. Yeah, straight facts, man. I mean, it's very important. Your mental state is very important. How passionate you are about doing things is very important. So yeah. Yeah, and then like too, straight facts. Facts. Kobe's your GOAT. I don't hate that. LeBron James is my GOAT, but hey, it's okay. Obviously, we all got different preferences. I mean, some people gonna say Michael Jordan's a GOAT. Some people say LeBron's a GOAT. Some people say Kobe's a GOAT. Some people say Kareem's a GOAT. Some people say Magic's the GOAT. So some people will tell you, may he rest in peace. Mr. Bill Russell's a GOAT. So it's fine. I think I've heard before. I think Dr. J said he has like Mr. Oscar Robertson in his top 5 of NBA players. So there's nothing to it. Depends on generation, but yeah. So hey, I ain't mad with you being, saying Kobe's your goat. I ain't mad with that. LeBron's my goat, but hey, some people say Will. I mean, exactly, yeah, because some people say Will was the most dominant player ever. So I can't hate on that. Cannot hate on that at all. Man, y'all, I've had so much fun. So much fun tonight. I was not expecting this at all. I didn't think I was gonna get into this big of a basketball conversation, especially history of the game. But I love this, man, because I know a lot about it. I love to be able to talk about it. Love to talk about it. Would you say Cavs LeBron was better than Heat LeBron? I think Cavs LeBron, especially early Cavs LeBron, I think early Cavs LeBron, man, he relied more on his athletic ability. Then I think once he got to the Heat, LeBron started understanding, like, how to post up, because that's when he really started becoming a good post player, was when he got to the Heat, because Eric Spoelstra really helped him develop his post up game, and he also helped LeBron become a better 3-point shooter. Because with the Heat, that's when LeBron had that one year when he shot 40% from three, and he had a couple other years he shot like 37%. I mean, the second time he came to the Cavaliers, man, that is very tough, because obviously, the 16 season, the Cavs, we won it all. LeBron went on that historic run throughout the entire playoffs, but then in the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors, man, it was crazy the way he played. Crazy the way he played. And then obviously we know the season that he had in the 17-18 year, where he finished second in MVP. He played all 82 games, averaged about 27, 8, and 9 assists. So, oh man, but see, with the Heat, he won back-to-back MVPs. He should have won Defensive Player of the Year that one year, but for whatever reason, they gave it to Marcus Gasol. Even though Marcus Gasol literally was second team all defense, LeBron was first. I never heard of that. How in the world, that still pissing me off. Like, how in the world does a guy get Defensive Player of the Year, but he finished, or excuse me, but he was on second team all defense? I just never heard of that. But yeah, like, I've never heard of that. So I'm gonna say, man, I'm gonna say Heat LeBron. I'm gonna say Heat LeBron. But it's close though. It's close though. But I'm gonna say Heat LeBron. You said I love to talk and discuss too. Hey man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna definitely, man. We need to hit each other up. Maybe seeing about you coming on here one day. Do you stream every day? No, but this week, I'd like to I'm trying to start streaming maybe like 3-4 times a week. But this week I will be streaming pretty much every day. I mean, I just streamed yesterday, but I streamed Tuesday night. Tomorrow I'm streaming, Saturday I'm streaming, and Sunday I'm streaming. So yeah, tomorrow it will probably be I don't want to say a time. I don't know what time. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what time yet I'll stream, but for the next 3 days, yeah, I'll be streaming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah. We streaming next 3. Yeah, I will. Yep. Nice, yeah. I'll stream. Yeah, I'm gonna be, like I said, I'll stream Friday, Saturday. So obviously we got All-Star Weekend coming up. Y'all excited for that? Because I know I am. Cannot wait for All-Star Weekend. Yeah, cannot wait for All-Star Weekend. So yeah, definitely excited about All-Star Weekend. And hope y'all are too. Yeah, let's go All-Star. Yes, sir. Tomorrow, give y'all a rundown, man. So tomorrow I will give y'all, we're gonna discuss All-Star Weekend. I give y'all my predictions for all the competitions, and I give you who I think is gonna win the All-Star game. Saturday, I plan on doing the Tennessee Titans mock draft 3.0. And then Sunday, We could just talk about whatever. We could talk about probably Sunday, y'all. We will probably talk about All-Star Saturday night. Might even like watch the dunk contest, like watch the highlights of the dunk contest, 3-point contest, all that good stuff. Then we can, talk about the All-Star game on Sunday night. Just kind of get ready for that. Who y'all think is gonna win MVP for the All-Star game? Just things of that nature. We can also talk about other stuff too, but I definitely we can talk about that. But yeah, that's kind of rundown for the rest of this week. Man, I want to say I really had fun. This might be, y'all, seriously, this might be the best time I've had on the live stream. Like, seriously, I think it's the best time I've had on the live stream. Did not expect this. I wasn't even planning on going this live. But sometimes, things happen and you just got to do it. But yeah, man, it was very, very fun tonight, man. Shout out to Zigo. I'm saying your name, Zigo or Zygo Edits, man. Man, dude, this is a whole lot of fun, my brother. I really appreciate it. Glad you hit that sub button, man. I feel like I already know you, man. And obviously we just met, but I feel like I've been knowing you for years because of how much we have in common with basketball, man, and just sports in general. So yeah, glad you decided to hit the sub button. Now we have a whole lot of fun over here, and yeah, glad you part of the family now. So like I said, man, I do want to reach out to you. Reach out to you. Because man, you definitely somebody I want to get on here for sure. And if that's something you would be willing to do, then we definitely discuss that, man. But yeah, I had a ton of fun with y'all tonight, man. Appreciate everyone that checked in, all the comments. Y'all was very interactive tonight. This is wow, it's crazy, man. Crazy. I haven't met a person who is willing, excuse me, to talk openly about basketball like this. Yeah, man. I love sports, bro. I really do. I love sports a lot. And yeah, man, I'm finna get up on out of here. See you, bro. See y'all, man. See everybody. Remember, laughter is good medicine, so make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm gonna end it, man. I know my man Zigo is new. Zigo is new to the channel, but how I end it, man, I say I love y'all. God bless. Pup.